Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, and you?
The audio is not working very well. Okay, there we go. You do have a
Hi,
nice
teacher.
afternoon.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, everybody. Hello, guys. How are you?
Oh, good.
Nice.
Well,
Nice
fine,
to hear
teacher.
that. All right, guys. Let's continue then. What we were doing yesterday. Okay. So let me just check your chat for a moment. Hello, everybody. Hello, guys. Guys. Okay, guys. I don't know if you got the message that I sent you via WhatsApp about an hour ago.
Yes.
Nice. If you haven't seen it yet, please read it after we finish the class because there's some important information in there. All right. Very good. Now, questions about this thing, about future simple, future progressive or continuous, future perfect.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, how are you doing? So, do you have any questions about those? Any doubts? Because, well, we saw them yesterday in class, then you saw, hopefully you saw the video that I assigned, and you did the homework that I asked you to do, right? With some exercises in which you had to choose between the three forms in the correct spaces, right? Simple, continuous or perfect, right? Speaking about the three types of future. So, but anyway, there might still be some doubts about this. Precisely now, there might be more doubts because usually that's what happens, right? When you have to go into actually applying the things is when the doubts usually start to arise even more. So, any doubts about this? Any doubts about these three forms of future and when to use them? Nope, not so much. Okay, guys, so let's continue then. Let me just share the screen with you. So we have this little exercise here. Let's see if we can do it, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Okay, well, anyway, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. So, here we have the future again, right? Here we have the future again, as we were seeing yesterday. Well, this is, as I said, the big advantage of this is that in Spanish we do pretty much the same thing. In Spanish, there is not much difference between these three forms of future, right? There is not a lot of difference between the three forms of future. I mean, not between them, but between Spanish and English, right? So, in both in Spanish and English, we have the future simple, we have the future continuous, and we have the future perfect, right? We have the same things both in Spanish and in English, and in general terms also for the same uses, right? Also for the same usage as we were seeing yesterday. So, for example, use will to predict future events or situations. Now, as we saw in previous classes, for predictions, we could use will, or we could use also be going to, right? But this is, I mean, the first one is pretty much the future simple, right? What we have here is the future simple. For example, we will spend vacations in space. Now, please turn on your microphones to answer, okay? But for example, Melanie, what is the meaning of this? We will spend vacation in space. What is the meaning of this, Melanie?
Nosotros iremos de vacaciones al espacio.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that. Something like that. That's right. Remember, probably what is a little bit confusing here is the fact that spend.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Spend. You probably know it as gastar, right? You probably know it as gastar. For example, spend money. I'm going to spend all my money on clothes. Voy a gastar todo mi dinero en ropa. Bad idea. But anyway, spend. Don't spend so much on that. No gastes tanto en eso. All right. So spend. Yes, spend means gastar. When you are speaking about money, or material resources, okay? When you're speaking about money or material resources, spend means gastar. But when you're speaking about time, if you are speaking about time, then it means pasar. All right, pasar in what sense? I love to spend time with my friends. Me encanta pasar tiempo con mis amigos, no? And also notice this, a lot of times we make this mistake in English. We say, I love to pass time with my friends. But pass doesn't really sound that good in that case. You should say, I love to spend time with my friends. Don't spend so much time on the internet. It sounds better that don't pass so much time on the internet, okay? So pass means pasar, yes, but in other contexts, en otros contextos. For example, no pases por esa puerta. Don't pass through that door. Es pasar más bien en el sentido del movimiento del punto A al punto B, ¿me comprenden? Prohibido pasar, no trespassing, ¿ok? So, pasemos a lo siguiente. Let's pass to the next thing. Entonces, como del punto A o al punto B, así sea medio metafórico, ¿sí? Pero cuando hablamos de pasar tiempo, que lo que importa no es tanto el inicio y el final, sino el proceso. Voy a pasar tiempo con mi familia, la gente pasará sus vacaciones en el espacio. En ese caso, en inglés usamos spend, ¿ok? Spend. So, don't forget, spend has two meanings. If you're speaking about money, or material resources like water, for example, spend is like gastar in Spanish. Don't spend so much water in this. No gastes tanta agua en esto, right? Don't spend so much water washing your car. Or, don't spend so much money on that. You can't afford it. Okay? No gastes tanto en eso. No estás en condiciones, right? You can't afford it. But if you're speaking about time, spend is like pasar. All right? Is this clear? Do you understand?
Yes,
Right. Very good. So we will spend vacations in space. Yeah, but Melanie was close, actually. Melanie was close. It would be like pasaremos vacaciones en el espacio, right? Now, what do you say, William? We won't have colonies on Mars. What is the meaning of we won't have colonies on Mars?
I don't know, teacher. No escucho bien.
Okay, what is the meaning of this? We won't have colonies on Mars. What is the meaning of this?
We won't have colonies on Mars.
Yes, in Spanish, what is the meaning of that?
Nosotros tenemos que ganar.
But here, notice noten con lo que estoy compartiendo en la pantalla, ¿sí? Esta frase de aquí, this sentence here that I'm signaling with the cursor, with the hand. Lo que estoy señalando con el cursor, we won't have colonies on Mars. What is the meaning of this?
Tendremos colonias.
No tendremos colonias en Marte.
Yeah, that's right. Very good. Very good. No tendremos colonias en Marte. No, remember that will, the affirmative, and won't is the negative. And this is also the contraction. This is also the contraction for will not, right? If I say I will not go there, yo no iré allá, I can also say I won't go there. Okay, so don't forget, won't is the negative for the future. We won't have colonies on Mars. No tendremos colonias en Marte. That's right, very good. Now, so it says here, use will. This means future simple, right? Use the future simple to predict future events or situation. Of course, of course. Okay, now, use future continuous to predict ongoing actions. Now, what are ongoing actions? Es difícil traducir de otra manera que no sea continuo mismo, ¿no? Son prácticamente sinónimos. Acciones que van a estar ocurriendo, ¿no? Acciones que estarán pasando, exactamente. That's right. Yes. Yes. Very good. Excellent. That's right. So, for example, human beings. Well, first of all, what is the meaning of human beings?
Derecho humano. No, perdón.
No.
El ser humano.
Los seres humanos. That's right. Correct. Human beings. Yeah, being, noten que be deriva como del verbo to be. Igualito que en español, ¿no? How do you say ser o estar in English?
Being.
Yeah, be. Y entonces, pero también un ser, ¿no es cierto? Por ejemplo, seres del espacio, el ser humano, un ser inerte, un ser vivo, ser igualito que el verbo ser, ¿no es cierto? En inglés eso igual deriva de be, ¿no? Being con ing. Entonces, ¿se acuerdan que being, que el ing podía ser siendo, pero también podría ser mismo? Veíamos varios usos del gerundio, ¿no es cierto? We saw a lot of uses of the gerund. So in this case, it's kind of similar, but it's like a noun. It's like a noun in this case, right? Como sustantivo, it's a noun. So, human beings, that's right, los seres humanos. How would you say, I don't know, seres vivos? How do you say seres vivos? Any idea? Living beings. Yes, correct. Living beings. Living beings. How do you say, I don't know, seres del espacio? Pongámonos en ciencia ficción. Let's invent some science fiction here. Let's come up with some science fiction. How do you say seres del espacio?
Beings space.
Something like that could be beings of space. Beings of space. Beings of space. Yes, this might work, but even more common, aún más común, space beings. Remember what we were checking about? Two nouns followed in English, like or es mucho más común decir orange juice que juice of orange, ¿no? Entonces, así mismo sería mucho más común decir space beings. All right, space beings. Yeah, good. But I'm taking advantage of this for some vocabulary that is important. Okay, so very good. Human beings, los seres humanos. Siempre al revés del español, ¿no? El orden cuando tenemos dos sustantivos relacionados, vinculados. All right, so human beings, los seres humanos, will be living on another planet. Now, let's see. Juan Jose, how do you say this in Spanish? Human beings will be living on another planet.
Los seres humanos vivirán en otro planeta.
Sí, es bastante cerca, ¿no? En forma súper literal sería, los seres humanos estarán viviendo en otro planeta, ¿no es cierto? Sí, pero bastante cerca, por ahí va la cosa, ¿no es cierto? Noten que si no hubiera este be y solo sería live, human beings will live on another planet, sería más como los seres humanos vivirán en otro planeta, ¿no? Pero para el caso human beings will be living, si nos ponemos súper literales, on another planet sería como los seres humanos estarán viviendo en otro planeta. Ahora, noten algo. Si ustedes, por ejemplo, tuvieran un ejercicio, if you had an exercise here, let's make something up. I'm going to invent an exercise here, okay? Take a look at the screen. If we had an exercise that was complete with the present, just a second, not the present, sorry. Complete with the future simple or the future continuous, okay? And the exercise is this. Human beings on another planet, and well, the verb is live. So what is the correct option? Human beings, let's put the options down, all right? So we could have two options, right? Present simple, future simple, or future continuous. Future simple, human beings will live on another planet, right? Future continuous. Human beings will be living. Yes, exactly. Will be living on another planet. Now, if I ask you, which of the two is correct? Which of the two is correct? What do you think?
Will be living.
Okay.
The second.
All right, all right. And now, what about the first? Human beings will live on another planet. Los seres humanos, como decía Juan José, los seres humanos vivirán en otro planeta. ¿Les suena mal eso? ¿Les suena como que no tiene sentido?
No.
No, ¿no es cierto? Entonces aquí hay algo interesante. Y disculpen, fue una pregunta capciosa. But it was a trick question. Yes, it could depend on the context, of course, right? Of course. But for example, if this is all the information that you have, any of the two is correct. Both are correct. Solo con esta información que tenemos este rato, las dos serían correctas. Both are correct. Claro, la una sería los seres humanos vivirán en el espacio, la otra sería los seres humanos estarán viviendo, en otro planeta, ¿no? Ajá, entonces cualquiera de las dos sería correcta. Y claro, como bien dice su compañera, tal vez en algunos casos por el contexto específico tendríamos que diferenciar. We would have to differentiate this because of the precise context in which we are situated, right? But in this case, if this is all the information that you have, complete with the future simple or the future continuous. And the exercise is this: human beings blank on another planet. Well, any of the two might be correct, okay? Cualquiera de los dos serían correctos. Ahora, si tenemos algo más de información por ahí, exacto, si la frase fuera un poquito más específica, con un poco más de datos, pues ahí tal vez tendríamos que, eso eliminaría posibilidades, ¿no? Y tendríamos una sola que podría ser más correcta, all right? Pero les digo esto de antemano, con mucha frecuencia, cualquiera de los dos es correcto. ¿Sí? Al menos desde el punto de vista gramatical, all right? In many cases, any of the two is correct for the same sentence, I mean, okay? All right. Now, but very good. So, can I erase this? Can I take this away?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So, thank you. Now, so human beings will be living on another planet. Los seres humanos estarán viviendo en otro planeta, ¿no es cierto? Let me just do this. We won't be living here. Let's translate this. Try to make a very literal translation in this case, okay? So, what is the meaning of we won't be living here?
Nosotros no estaremos viviendo aquí.
No estaremos viviendo ahí. Aquí.
Yes, that's right. No estaremos viviendo aquí, ¿no es cierto? Por aquí seguramente nos referimos a la Tierra. Probably here means planet Earth, right? It means Earth, right? So that's right, very good. We won't be living here. No estaremos viviendo aquí, right? Just a quick parenthesis about something else. Don't forget these. How do you say vivir in English?
Live.
Yes, live. A lot of times, a lot of people have a confusion in the pronunciation, right? You didn't, but I'm just reminding you, right? Just in case. And how do you say vida in English? Life, exactly, life. Now, how do you pronounce this one? Remember, when I use slashes, these are for pronunciation, okay? Okay, slashes, I use slashes for pronunciation. So, yeah, this one would be like this, right? Life. The pronunciation of this is life. But what is the pronunciation of this one?
Live.
Live. That's right, live. And here's another thing. How do you say dejar o marcharse in English?
Let's live.
Live again. Yes, that's right, live. And the pronunciation is very similar to this one. It's very similar. En español noten que la pronunciación que estoy usando aquí no es de escritura fonética, porque ustedes no tienen por qué saberla en realidad, ¿no es cierto? Pero estoy haciendo como si se escribiese en español. Sin embargo, el español no tiene todos los mismos fonemas del inglés, no tiene todos los mismos sonidos del inglés. Spanish doesn't have all the same sounds that English has, right? And vice versa. So the problem here is that this is like an approximation. I mean, this one sounds exactly like this. Dejar, marcharse, it sounds leave, just like that. But this one, although I have to write it in the same way because there is no closer approximation, but there is a very slight difference. This one is marcharse, dejar. This one is leave, suena bien y, and this one is live, live. Ahora, posiblemente ni siquiera oyeron ustedes diferencia, ¿no? Tal vez, right? Maybe you didn't even get the difference here, but it's very, very small, ¿ok? Esta es una I bien aguda. Leave, leave. Suena bien I, como en español, ¿sí? Leave. Y esto es una I, el sonido es como I, pero apenitas jalada hacia E. No sé si me explico, ¿sí? Es una I que suena un poquito E, es como 80% I, 20% E, ¿sí? Entonces, esta I suena live, live, all right? I'm going to say it 3 times for each one, okay? So this one is leave, leave, leave. This one is live, 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 okay? So, leave, live, okay? Pero no es live, eso sí, ni de chiste, ¿no? Where do you live es el clásico error, ¿no? Pero es where do you live, ¿ok? Pero notan, hay una pequeña diferencia, ¿sí? Solo un datito de pronunciación. Just a little piece of info about pronunciation, ¿ok? Y a veces eso me pasa en inglés. Esto se llama pares mínimos, cuando 2 palabras suenan idéntico, excepto por una pequeña diferencia, all right? Okay, so good. Just a little parenthesis with that. Now, so because I've noticed that some people confuse this a little bit, so that's the reason why I wanted to take that out of the way. Okay, now let's continue. So again, human beings will be living on another planet. We won't be living here, right? Los seres humanos estarán viviendo en otro planeta, no estarán viviendo aquí. That's right. Now, use future perfect to predict actions that will be completed by a certain time in the future, right? So what we saw yesterday is the same. The action will be completed. Remember the movie example that I mentioned yesterday? For example, if there is a movie that is at 6 o'clock and it's going to end at 8 o'clock. So I could say, I'm going to watch, or I'll watch, if it is a spontaneous thing, I'll watch that movie at 6, right? I'll be watching that movie from 6 to 8. I'll be watching that movie from 6 to 8. And at 8, by 8, para las 8, by 8, I'll have watched that movie. Para las 8, ¿qué significaría eso? What is the meaning of that? By 8, I'll have watched that movie.
Para las 8 yo ya haber visto la película.
Exactly. Very good. Excellent. So very good. Let's take a look at these sentences here. Within 50 years, we will have set up a research center on Mars. Within 50 years, we will have set up a research center on Mars. Now, well, set up a phrase. We have a few interesting things here. First of all, what is the meaning of research? Investigación. Yes, very good. Investigación. Investigación. Usually, and some people might say, but isn't it investigation? Well, yeah, investigation is also investigación. But it's very common that we use investigation for criminal investigation, okay? Like somebody committed a murder. There was an assassination. So, that needs an investigation, probably a federal investigation or so, or a police investigation. Okay, but if you're speaking about science, then you could have scientific research. La investigación científica, eso es research. Okay. Incluyendo la de ciencias sociales, no? That is also research. Let me just check the chat a second. Okay. All right. No worries, Katrina. It's okay. Now, within 50 years, we will have set up a research center on Mars. Recuerden, yo estoy hablando en inglés de Estados Unidos, entonces noten cómo pronuncio centro, ¿no? Center. ¿Se acuerdan que la T no sonaba prácticamente en ese caso? Center. Ahora, si es que fuera ese británico, esto sería, ¿cómo sonaría en británico? What is the sound of this in British English?
Center.
Yeah, that's right. Center. Correct. Good. Very good. Center. A research center. Okay, very good. So, but let's go back to American English now. Within 50 years, we will have set up a research center on Mars. Now, what is the meaning of this word? Set up. Set up.
Establecer.
Establecer. Yes. Establecer, montar, si quieren ustedes. Sí, that's right. Very good. Very good. Very good. And question. Well, you know that, what is the meaning of with? What is the meaning of with?
Con.
El que está ahí, sí, el que está ahí. Pero solamente este with que estoy escribiendo, this with that I'm typing, what is the meaning of it? Con. Right, con. What is the meaning of without?
Sí.
Sin, that's right. And now what you were saying, what is the meaning of within?
Dentro.
Yes, dentro. Very good. Dentro. Dentro in a more metaphorical way. Metaphorical way, okay? Because inside is dentro in a physical way, okay? So, for example, if I say, estamos dentro de la casa, ¿cómo dirían dentro en ese caso? Within or inside?
Inside.
Inside. That's right. Que es, inside e in es casi lo mismo, ¿no? Varía un poco. All right. ¿Cómo diría? Or if you want to say, I don't know. My pen, mi esfero está en mi bolso. ¿Cómo diría? Mi esfero está en mi bolso. Está dentro de mi bolso.
My pen is inside on my bag.
Inside of my bag.
Yeah, my pain, my pen. Sorry, I said pain. Dije dolor en vez de esfero. El subconsciente me traicionó, creo. Right. So my pen is inside my bag. Yeah, that's right. My pen is inside my bag. Right. But how do you say? I don't know. Dentro de este concepto, por ejemplo, ¿cómo dirían en inglés dentro de este concepto?
Within that concept.
Yeah, that's right. Within this concept. Very good. Within this concept. If it is not a physical thing, but a more abstract thing, then we don't use inside, we use within. And also for time, since time is not really space, right? Les diría, el tiempo no es físico, pero en realidad la física y los físicos, como Neil deGrasse Tyson, me contradecirían. Right? So, but anyway, in a more abstract way, en un sentido más abstracto, por ejemplo, para el tiempo, sí, que no es tan de espacio, ¿no es cierto? También usaríamos within. We also use within, ¿ok? Entonces, si quieren decir dentro de 50 años, ¿no es cierto? O sea, es como decir dentro de los próximos 50 años. Esto no quiere decir que tengan necesariamente que pasar 50 años, pero dentro de ese tiempo, o sea, podría ser antes también, ¿sí? Máximo en 50 años, pero podría ser en 40, podría ser en 30, ¿sí? Entonces, ahí podríamos usar within, ¿ok? Then we can use within. Within 50 years, we will have set up a research center on Mars. How would you say that in Spanish?
Dentro de 50 años podemos establecer un centro de
En Marte.
Yes, very good. Very good, very good, perfect. Excellent. Now, well, first of all, you say this year in English. You say this year in English, the one that I'm pointing. You say this year in English.
2050.
Yes,
2050.
2050. 2050. It could also be 2050, right? But nowadays it is more common to say 2050. Okay, so by 2050, and what is the meaning of this? By 2050, can you say that in Spanish?
Para el
el
2050.
Yeah, para el 2050, ¿no? Igual es como ponerlo como un límite, ¿no es cierto? Para el 2050, ¿sí? By 2050 or by 2050, a company will have built a resort on the moon. Now, question: what is the meaning of resort?
Recursos.
Recursos.
Esto se parece. Déjenme ponerles algo aquí. Disculpen que se colgó un rato la barra de funciones de Zoom. Por algún motivo se colgó. All right. No les puedo mostrar, pero les digo, all right, I'm gonna say it. Cuando sea recurso, esto es resource. Y bueno, resort sí puede ser recurso también en algunos contextos, ¿sí? Pero más típicamente es resource. How do you spell resource? R-E-S-O-U-R-C-E, como resource, ¿no? En ese caso, resource, eso es típicamente recurso. Ahora, resort es como, puede usarse como verbo, como recurrir a algo, ¿sí? Pero también se usa como sustantivo. Y sí, en algunos casos podría entenderse como recurso, pero con más frecuencia, more frequently, a resort is like a hostelry, como una hostería, right? Like, for example, I don't know, there is a resort called Planeta Azul, right? There is a resort not so far from Cuenca called Planeta Azul. There are many other resorts as well. There are a few resorts there in Baños, right? I mean, here in Cuenca, right? For example, I don't know, La Hosteria Baños, that is a resort. Piedra de Agua, that is also a resort, okay? So it is like a place, a place for entertainment, that has things like a pool, for example, and restaurants, amusement games, and things like that. So that is a resort.
Sure.
Okay. Yes.
Sure. I have a question. I get confused a little bit because I don't know. Resort is most like the big hotel, like I don't know, like the Cameron, Hillary, like. But I think the Planeta Azul is more like water park. Yes.
Well, yeah, to some degree, that's right. But well, here's the thing. You can use it both ways, but usually a resort can be like a big hotel if it has all of these other facilities. Si una cadena de hoteles contiene todos estos otros servicios también, como piscina, como restaurante, que son sobre todo guiados al entretenimiento, pues se le suele llamar resort también. Pero una hostería grande, digámoslo así, también con piscina, con muchos otros atractivos, pues a eso también le solemos llamar resort, okay? So that is basically the thing. But you're right. However, as I say, we might use resort for both those things, okay? So, by 2050, a company will have built a resort on the moon. What is the meaning of that?
Para el
Para el
2040 una compañía va a
construir un resort en la luna.
Yes, very good. Very good. Very good. Now, just a second, going off topic. topic. Off con doble F. Off con doble F. Going off topic. Saliéndome del tema un ratito. What is the meaning of Sunday? What is the meaning of Sunday?
Domingo.
Yeah, that's right. Very easy question, right? Domingo. Now, if we analyze it literally, what is the meaning of Sunday?
Yes.
Un día soleado.
Bueno,
Soleado.
por ahí va. Sunny day podría ser día soleado, ¿no? Ahora, si solamente
Día
digo,
del sol.
exacto, es el día del sol. Sunday.
Día del sol.
Ajá, exacto, es el día del sol. Ahora, si Sunday es el día del sol, ¿cuál será el día de la luna en inglés?
Monday.
Monday. That's right, because of moon, right? Monday. That's right. Very, very good. And it's because, it's because of the pagan traditions of ancient cultures, right? Es por las tradiciones paganas de las culturas antiguas. De ahí viene el idioma, pues, ¿no? Entonces, el día de adoración al sol, como por ejemplo los incas adoraban al sol, ¿no es cierto? Pero también muchas culturas en Europa. Entonces, el día de adoración al sol era el día del sol, the sun day. El día de adoración a la luna, Monday, right? Por moon tiene relación, pues, ¿no? Right? And other days in English come from the ancient Scandinavian mythology and the Scandinavian gods, right? Have you seen the Avengers movies? Have you seen those movies?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the name of the god of thunder? What is the name of the god of thunder?
Thor.
Yeah, that's right. Thor, right? Thor, Thor. Now, guess what? How do you say jueves in English?
Thursday.
El día de quién será el Thursday?
Day of Thor.
Es el día de, that's right, it's the day of Thor. It's the day of Thor. Ajá. Y no es broma, de verdad. Thursday viene porque no era solamente un personaje de los cómics y de las películas, sino de verdad. En Escandinavia, Thor era un dios adorado por la gente que ahí vivía, pues no, en los noruegos, los suecos, los daneses, right? Yes. Tell me.
The same thing is with Saturday, with the demonstrator of Scandinavian.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Exactly. And there was also an interesting combination of things there. It was, the demon searcher. That's right. So Saturday. But there was also a thing with Saturn. También había una cuestión con Saturno. And Saturn is not Scandinavian. Saturn is Latin. It's Roman, right? Saturno es Romano. Latin, pues no. But there was like a syncretism between the two. Un sincretismo por sonido, medio le adaptaron. Es interesante. Es toda una historia que but yeah, that's right. You're right. And for example, Friday is the name of, it's the day of Frey, which was the goddess of Freya, who was the goddess of beauty for the Scandinavians, right? Freya, la diosa de la belleza de los escandinavos. No digo de los vikingos porque no todos los escandinavos eran vikingos, ¿no? Pero por ahí va la cosa. So yeah, just a couple of things to think about. And in Spanish, similar things happen in Spanish, right? Like for example, domingo. It comes from Domicus, which means God. Domingo es el día de Dios, porque Domicus es Dios en latín, ¿no? And I don't know. Eso ya un poco más en judeo-cristiano, pero latino, romano, ¿no? Por ejemplo, Marte, el día de qué creen que... Martes, perdón, ya les dije la respuesta. Martes, el día de quién será. Spoiler alert. Es el día de Marte, ¿no? Que era en Marte, Mars. Speaking of Mars, right? Mars was the god of war in Roman mythology, right? In Roman mythology, Mars was the god of war. No Kratos como en los videojuegos, sino Marte en realidad, ¿no? Aunque en el primer juego también explican eso. Right? So that is the thing. That is the thing. So as you can see, and for example, jueves in Spanish, jueves. What do you think is that the day of? If Mars is for Marte, ¿de qué planeta, si quieren ustedes, será jueves?
Júpiter.
Yes, it's the day of
Júpiter.
And Jupiter was the main god in the Roman mythology. He's the equivalent of Zeus in the Greek mythology. En la mitología griega es Zeus, en la romana es Júpiter, ¿no? Y Júpiter, por ende, es el dios al que se adoraba en el día de jueves, ¿no? Entonces, cosas que nos han quedado de los antiguos paganos, de las religiones antiguas, ¿no? Things that we have gotten from those, they are still in Spanish and they are still in English. Just a little piece of information there, which I think it's interesting. Okay, guys, this froze up. I'm going to close this window for a moment. Let me see if I can restart it. Well, it got froze. Se congeló. It's frozen, right? But I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to do something for a moment, okay? Because this froze up and I can't continue showing you the screen. So let me stop the meeting for a moment, but I'll start it right away, okay? So I have to set it to finalizar reunión. Tengo que poner en finalizar reunión para poder hacerlo funcionar y luego les ponemos otra vez. Disculpen, ya se arregló. It's fixed again. All right.
Okay.
All right. Good. Yeah, it just froze for a moment in there. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back here. Can you see the screen again?
Yes.
All right. So now let's try and do this exercise here. Okay. Let's try and do this exercise here. And let's see if you can do it, okay? So complete these predictions with the correct forms, or verb forms, right? More than one answer is possible. So notice that what I was telling you about the future simple and the future continuous, sometimes both of them might be correct, okay? So let's try to complete this with present, future simple, future continuous, or future perfect, okay? Let's do that for a moment. And use the verbs in parentheses, all right?
Okay.
If you have any questions about the vocabulary here or anything, you can ask me, okay? Just turn on your microphone and I will answer, okay? Okay, guys. So let's see. I'm gonna ask a few of you, all right? I'm gonna ask a few of you to see how you did. Like, let's see. Adriana, we have two Adrianas, okay? So let's go with Adriana Coronel, all right? What are you having number one? What are you having number one? Just Adriana, please, okay?
Sometimes in the future, buildings will having.
Will have, sería lo más. Yes. Will have. Yes, continue, please. Continue reading.
Trees walls on the roof garden to help retrieve carbon dioxide.
Yes, very good. Very good. So thank you very much. So yeah, in this case, the best thing is going to be will have, right? Will have. Like for let's see what the book says. Yes, will have. In this case, as I said before, in some cases you have two options that go well. Like for example, they might be the future simple or they might be the future continuous, right? But in this case in particular, yeah, the future simple works best. Just as in Spanish, igual que en español, ¿no? Si lo pensamos, nos quedaría como en algún momento en el futuro los edificios tendrán paredes verdes y noten jardines en el techo, ¿no? Jardines de techo para ayudar a retener dióxido de carbono, ¿sí? Entonces, si es que hubiésemos puesto aquí will be having, por ejemplo, ¿no? Entonces, en algún tiempo del futuro, los edificios estarán teniendo paredes verdes. No está tan mal, pero sí queda mejor tendrán, ¿no? Tendrán. Porque no es tanto un proceso, no nos importa tanto el proceso, sino nos importa más el hecho. Noten ahí la cuestión. Y es lo que tenemos aquí a la derecha. A esto se refiere con green walls. It's what we have there in the picture, right? It's what we have there in the picture. But yeah, thank you, Adriana. Thank you very much. Now, let's go into the next one. Let's see. What about you, Eric? Eric Isaac. All right. What are you having number two? By the end of this century? Are you there, Eric? No? Okay. What about you, Esteban? Esteban Pesantes? Yes. Yeah. What are you having number two?
By the end of this century, all of Amazonas will be deforested.
Could be will be deforested. Podría ser will be deforested. Será deforestada. O también podría ser will have been deforested, ¿no? En este caso, claro, bueno, lo que nos da el libro es solamente el will have been deforested, pero en realidad lo que nos dijo Esteban no estaba mal, ¿no? Will be deforested, será deforestada, también estaría bien. Entonces, en este caso nos quedaría bien tanto el futuro simple como este futuro perfecto. Ahora, el futuro simple que usó William en este caso, perdón, que usó Esteban en este caso, como estaba con deforested al final, pues sería un futuro simple pasivo encima de cosas, ¿no? Pero bueno, no nos metemos en tanto detalle, So very good. By the end of the century, half of the Amazon rainforest will have been deforested, habrá sido deforestado, o lo que, aunque así en el libro no lo diga, pero lo que dijo Esteban también estaba bien, will be deforested, será deforestado. Any of the two would be correct, okay? Any of the two is correct. Okay, thank you very much. Now, let's go into number 3. Brandon, are you there, Brandon? Could you answer to number 3? Hello, Brandon, are you there? Hello, Brandon. Yes, please.
¿Me puede explicar?
Yes. Can you say what you have here in number 3? In number 3?
Yes.
Okay. Brandon, are you there?
Yes, profe, sí, no lo entendí bien ese de ahí, pero...
Ah, este de aquí no estamos seguros de cómo hacerle. Ah, ya, okay, no hay problema, no hay problema. Don't worry, Brandon. Anybody else? Anybody else? Maybe, I don't know, Denitza, do you have number 3?
Yes.
Okay.
In 50 years, the world population will have reached
Yes.
9 billion.
Very good. So, in 50 years, y noten, aquí sí nos dio la doble opción, que en realidad ambos estarían correctos. Now, what is the meaning of, but very good, Denitza. What is the meaning of reach? Alcanzar, that's right, very good. So, notice, in 50 years, the world population will reach 9 billion. En 50 años, la población del mundo alcanzará los 9,000 millones. ¿Sí? O la otra opción, the other option would be, in 50 years, the world population will have reached exactly, habrá alcanzado los 9,000 millones. Correcto, that's right, very good. Very good, very good. But what Denitza says was very good. What Denitza said was very good, pero noten que en este caso es por el sentido, ¿no? Cualquiera de los dos tiene sentido. Ahora, noten algo. Notice a little thing. What is the meaning of billion? What is the meaning of billion?
Billón.
Un billón, sí. Ahora, hay una cuestión, hay una pequeña diferencia. Es casi como un falso amigo esta palabra. Hay una pequeña diferencia en español. En español, si ustedes dicen billón, notarán esto. In Spanish, if you say that, if you say billón, you are referring to un millón de millones, a million of millions, a million millions. Eso sería un billón en español, un millón de millones. ¿Con cuántos ceros nos quedaríamos con un millón de millones? How many zeros does a million of millions have? Yes, 12 zeros, right? Yeah, that's right, 12 zeros. 12 right? Zeros. However, in English, when you say billion, usually you are not referring to a million of millions, but you are referring to 1,000 millions, which is a lot less, right? Usually in English, a billion is 1,000 millions. Entonces, por eso en inglés se usa de hecho mucho más frecuentemente la palabra billion de lo que le usamos en español. Porque, claro, una cosa que sea un millón de millones no es muy frecuente. Pero 1,000 millones sí es algo que se usa bastante, digámoslo así, en el día a día. Por ejemplo, en economía, la economía del país. Se invirtieron 2,000 millones de dólares en educación. Como si eso pasara alguna vez, right? So, that is the thing, okay? So, remember, para términos prácticos, 9 billion sería más práctico traducirle como 9,000 millones que como 9 billones. Noten eso, ¿no? Porque billón en español, bueno, billón en español tiene los dos significados según el contexto. Puede ser 1,000 millones o 1,000,000 de millones, pero más típicamente es 1,000,000 de millones y por ende, ustedes lo habrán notado, no es una palabra que se use mucho en español, ¿no? ¿Con qué frecuencia dicen ustedes billón en español? Aunque sí existe. Como bien dijo su compañera, sí existe la palabra. Pero en inglés se usa mucho más, porque en inglés se usa como 1,000 millones. ¿Sí? What is the world population right now? What is the world population right now?
7 billion.
7 billion people. That's right. 7 billion people. Exactly. That is the world population right now. ¿Cómo dirían esa población en español?
7,000 millones.
7,000 millones.
9,000 millones.
Exacto, 7,000 millones, la población actual, ¿no? 7 billion, 7,000 millones, ¿no? Y lo que esta predicción dice es que en 50 años ya habremos llegado a 9,000. De hecho, es una predicción muy conservadora. Es lo más probable que sea más, pero bueno. Anyway, that is what is. A menos que, bueno, ya veremos. We'll see what happens in 50 years. In 50 years, perhaps I will be dead or I will be very old. All right, now let's continue with the rest. Sorry. Now, what do you have in number 4? Everybody, because we don't have a lot of time, I'm just going to ask everybody, okay? So, Number 4, in the future, most of the population, what do you have here? Anybody?
Will be living.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Will be.
Yeah, that's right. And notice that in this case, we also have a double possibility. In the future, most of the population will be living or will live in cities, right? And yeah, in Spanish is the same thing, right? En el futuro, la mayor parte de la población, la mayoría de la población, estará viviendo en ciudades o vivirá en ciudades, ¿no? Entonces, cualquiera de las dos me iba bien aquí, el continuo o el simple. En la anterior, en cambio, me iban bien o el perfecto o el simple. ¿Notan eso? Right? Very good. Now, what do you have in number 5? Soon computers
Will be becoming more intelligent.
Yes.
than-
Soon computers will become. Soon computers will become more intelligent than humans. Pronto las computadoras se volverán más inteligentes que los humanos. Right, maybe, right? Al paso que vamos con las redes neuronales y los algoritmos. But anyway, so very good, very good.
Creo que sí.
Yeah, correct. Now, what do you have in number 6? In less than 20 years, scientists
Will have discovered.
yeah, very good. Very good. But we?
Suffer from new diseases.
Perfect.
Will be suffering.
Awesome. Excellent. Very good. So, in less than 20 years, scientists will have discovered a cure for cancer, but we will suffer from new diseases. Perfect. Perfect. En menos de 20 años, los científicos habrán descubierto la cura para el cáncer, ¿no es cierto? Pero sufriremos de nuevas enfermedades. Sí, este libro se escribió en el 2014, entonces seguramente no sabían del coronavirus, pero sabían que algo iba a pasar. Right? Aunque por desgracia aún no tenemos cura contra todos los cánceres, al menos, no en estados avanzados. Anyway, so thank you very much, everybody, for your attention today. Good job, everybody. You did a very good job. And in a moment, I'm gonna give you the homework that we have to do for tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Tomorrow.
Thank you, teacher. See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Goodbye,
teacher.
everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
See you, teacher.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody.
See you, teacher.
See you. Goodbye, everybody.